everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Alicia and I'm going to be filming today my pregnancy update for 29 weeks through 35 weeks, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump on in and get started. At 29 weeks I started with having slight nausea throughout the day, a little bit of dizziness. At my 28-week appointment, I forgot to mention that I was measuring incorrectly. So I was actually measuring, at 28 weeks, I was measuring 26 weeks. So I went back in at my 30-week appointment, and I'll get there in just a minute. So that was kind of scary at first, but everything was fine. I started having lots of pelvic pressure at that point. I would have to sit after doing like little tasks. My patients were very thin at 29 weeks. I was extremely emotional, and I actually signed Remington up for preschool, which I think started making emotions even harder. At 29 weeks, I was feeling very, I guess, tired, which I feel like I've been tired my entire pregnancy, honestly, but to the point where I needed to start taking naps again, or I felt like I needed to start taking naps. At 29 weeks, I think I may have taken one nap. So there's that. Also at 30 weeks, I had my scan, and they wanted to do a measurement scan for the baby because I was measuring 2 weeks behind at my 29-week update. If this is confusing, just ask questions in the comments. I will try and make this make as much sense as possible. But anyway, I was measuring at 29 weeks, I was measuring 26 weeks. So at 30 weeks, my midwife wanted me to have a scan to measure the baby, and I was actually measuring at that appointment through the sonogram, was measuring a week ahead. I started having, and everything is fine, he is doing well, so that's great. Braxton Hicks contractions were getting more uncomfortable, and I don't know why I thought that I needed to mention this, but I had dermaplaning done and it was amazing. So if you guys haven't had it done and are interested in having it done, go do it because it's life-changing. Thank you. I, at 30 weeks, didn't have any changes aside from just the pressure increasing in the pelvis area. 30 weeks, yeah, so at 29 weeks, I don't think I didn't insert any type of cravings or anything like that, and I don't think that I even had any changes in cravings, honestly, so that's probably why I didn't add anything there. So from 31 weeks, I had no new symptoms. My cravings were sweets and fruits. At 32 weeks, same, no new symptoms. It was all the same as 29 weeks. Again, 32 weeks, I was craving sweets and fruits. That's been pretty typical for this entire pregnancy, honestly. So here's the big jump. So this is going to be 33 weeks to 35 weeks. I'm currently 36 weeks pregnant filming this, excuse me. But I literally just turned 36 weeks today, so I will wait and post another video. So the pressure has increased even greater. I am having a lot of pressure down there in the front area and in the back area, and things are very swollen down there, which is normal during pregnancy. I always have that when I get to this stage. It goes back to normal, so don't worry about that. The Braxton Hicks contractions are definitely getting stronger. Not every Braxton Hicks contraction is strong, but a lot of them have gotten stronger, so I think that just happens. At my 34-week appointment, I had to get monitored because I was having a lot of pelvic pressure, and I was also having cramping, which was kind of scary because cramping's not usually a good thing. Like having period cramps while you're pregnant is not really like a good indication. But we discovered that it was from me running, and they say that when you're pregnant you don't want to do exercises that you're not used to doing, or any type of activity that you're not used to doing before being pregnant. And I have been pregnant for 3 years straight, so I haven't been very active, and even before that I wasn't extremely active. So as far as like running, I'm always doing stuff, but I have never like been like an exerciser. I have always been very slender my entire life, which I'm not boasting about, so don't take that the wrong way. I'm very grateful for that. So that was causing the cramping and the pelvic pain, because I was running after my dog, which not a good idea. So I had about 2 days of that where I was just incredibly uncomfortable. I've had lower appetite, and I prefer to eat sweets rather than like actual meals or like snacks, like even chips or like things like that, not so much having like an actual meal. I still eat meals. I don't really want them, but I will eat them. Remington had an adenoidectomy on August 28th, and that was extremely emotional for me, and so my emotions are getting more and more just more and more apparent. Like I don't know, it's just, there's a lot going on. Remington's starting preschool, I'm about to have a baby again. Ford's been very clingy and very challenging. Just the adenoidectomy happening has been emotional. The preschool for Remington has been really emotional. Like, just a lot of emotions are going on. And of course I'm pregnant, so like the hormones on top of that is just a lot. So we got through that. He's recovering well. But it was something that I wanted to get done before the baby gets here, so we made that happen, and he's doing well. I packed my hospital bags this weekend, which I have a video coming out for that. My patients are extremely thin, like the littlest things are driving me nuts. Again, doing smaller tasks, the smallest tasks have been extremely a difficult thing for me to do, hence why I'm laying or sitting in my bed right now. Like, I'm exhausted, and I'm not trying to complain because I'm incredibly grateful for what's going on with my body right now, but it's just a lot. It's a lot being pregnant and having 2 other small children and working and keeping up with the house and taking care of a dog and prepping and all of that stuff. It's a lot. And yeah, so patients are thin. The smallest tasks are harder to do. If you are pregnant, order your groceries and pick them up, because I was trying to do it all, and like it's not worth it. So I've been ordering groceries, and it's been very helpful. It's been extremely hard for me to sleep at night, and this all started at 33 weeks. So it's been hard for me to sleep at night, and that's due to me not being able to get comfortable, and also the increase of me having to pee every 10 minutes. But the baby is head down already, so he is just, I guess, getting into place. I have an appointment tomorrow for my 36-week checkup, and we'll see what's going on at that point. I believe that I'll be starting my labor prep, so I'll be doing the red raspberry leaf tea this week, and then also incorporating the primrose oil. But I can't remember, my midwife, we had discussed this a couple weeks back, and she had suggested that I wait a little bit before I take one or the other, and I can't remember exactly which one it was, but she wanted me to wait until 37 weeks to do one of them. So I think that's the primrose oil, so I'll probably wait for that. And the reason why she wanted me to do that was because it can cause premature water breakage, which we do not want. And so last week, my 35 week, I fell on my left side, trying to hold the dog back from the neighbor's dog, and I kind of he ran, and so he drugged me and I tripped. And if you don't know, I have a Rottweiler and he weighs almost as much as I do, so it's just a lot. He's a big dog, and I'm pregnant, and I probably shouldn't have been holding on to him, but I did. But everything is fine, and that's really all of my symptoms that have been happening. If you are newly pregnant or interested in knowing what the baby's growth is at the certain stages, I recommend the Bump app or Pregnancy Plus app, and they will actually give you a lot of detail on how big the baby is and how long the baby is and what the size of the baby is and all of that stuff. So I think that's pretty much it for this update. I'm sorry that it's not exciting, but that I think that not a lot of changes is better than having a ton of different symptoms. One thing that I did not mention is that the vaginal discharge has gotten really increased, and I've noticed that with all of my pregnancies. A few weeks before labor happens, I do get an increase in vaginal discharge, and I've been having a lot of nausea and also TMI, but diarrhea has been happening. But that's pretty much it. So I am gonna leave this video on that note, and I hope this is helpful to someone. But again, I'm really just documenting this for my own reasons, and if you do have questions though, please leave them in the comments. Be sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.